Alright, guys. I was looking over this article of the 2019 NBA season odds for wins for each of the franchises of their teams. And I just wanted to go over this article and, give my input of this upcoming season. Alright, so from this tweet right here, Jeff Sherman, Bleacher Report. So we'll start off first with Atlanta. 23 and a half games, over or under, or around that area. Atlanta, I expect them to be the bottom of the Eastern Conference. It's just a team that, bunch of young players with their franchise, and Trey Young, he's gonna have his way out there, but 23 and a half, I would say under. I think they'll be in the very low 20s, maybe around 18, 19 games winning the season, even though they're in the East. But I still see them being that low. Boston, 57 and a half. No, the over. That's going to be a 60-win team, especially with everyone coming back being injury free from Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving. That team was in the mid 50s, I believe, last season with Kyrie hurt, Gordon Hayward out the season, etc., etc. Yeah, this team definitely. I can see Boston around 62 wins, around there. And then now you have Cleveland out, so yeah, they're winning that. Brooklyn, 32 and a half. I I would say under. I can see Brooklyn probably 20 to 30 wins. Their team's just a bunch of not random pieces, but you have a good young direction with D'Angelo Russell. Then you got Jahlil Okafor there, depending how that works next season. And then you have a bunch of just like throwing out contracts like Allen Crabbe, Damari Carroll. They got Kenneth Faried, acquired him. Then you have Allen Crabbe's. I mean, you got a few young guys, but around them, I see Brooklyn low 30s, high 20s, definitely not making the playoffs. But I do like their coach though. For the Charlotte Hornets, let's see, 35 and a half games. I see Charlotte in around the mid 30s. So yeah, 35 and a half. I would say yeah, that's I can see 35 games for sure. Team definitely won't make the playoffs. Lost Dwight Howard, even though he doesn't really contribute to winning like that. Basically from his sole presence in the locker room, as we know. But the team, I believe they need part ways with Kemba Walker. If I'm Kemba, I want to get out of Charlotte. There's no direction. Even though you're in the East and you're a franchise player, I mean, who do you have besides you? Jeremy Lamb, Nicholas Batum. I mean, Tyler Zeller, or not Tyler Zeller, Cody Zeller, Frank Minisky, Michael Gilchrist, who hasn't improved. No, no. Yeah, Charlotte needs to blow that out. It's not working. They were nice 2, 3 years ago, but now no. Chicago, 27 and a half. No, no. Chicago, definitely. I could see that team in the high 30s, low 40s, and they could squeeze into the 8 seed. Don't be surprised about that. They have a very young, nice team. They just acquired Jabari Parker, and a very young team with Lauri Markkanen, who's the second coming of Kristaps Porzingis. Wendell Carter Jr., great big man for that team. Thing I love about that team, the only oldest player they have on that team is Robin Lopez, who's 29 years old, which is a great backup center. Just, guy give you minutes, veteran presence in the locker room. And that team's very young and very nice. I like what they're doing in Chicago. I like their rebuilding process from Jimmy Butler. They're doing good. They could squeeze into that 8 seed this year, depending how it goes. But the Eastern Conference, yeah, they could definitely get it. But if not, I could see them as a 9th, 10th seed. Hopefully, Jabari doesn't get hurt again. But yeah, Cleveland, 30 and a half. I'll give Cleveland the benefit of the doubt. I'll say over. I could see them probably around like 33 games. Yeah, 33, around there. I don't see them making the playoffs. They'll probably be like 11, 12 seed, somewhere around there. But they'll be a pretty fun team to watch. I'm gonna watch their game, see how they do without LeBron, because LeBron has his LeBron system. Since he's out of the equation, all the teams plummets the team he leaves because everything is absorbed around him. But now, this gives us a chance to look at Tyronn Lue, see what he can implement. and I'm very curious to see what Tyronn Lue does. And that team just needs to get out just the bad contracts of J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver, and George Hill, because that team needs to definitely rebuild. But I want to see how Colin Sexton does that year, and especially Kevin Love, since he's the quote unquote first option now with 30 mil. But that team definitely will not make the playoffs, not in my eyes. No, they would have to prove it to me. I would have to see it to believe it. Dallas, 34 games. That's a tough one with these Western Conference teams because the conference is stacked and the teams from 1 through 13, those are playoff contending teams that can get into the playoffs. Dallas, I don't think they're making the playoffs. 34 games, I'll say around there. That's pretty good look for them. But I like how they added Doncic to the team. Great backcourt with him and Dennis Smith Jr., then DeAndre Jordan. The team's very nice, but it's just the Western Conference. I see Dallas ending up like an 11th seed. Denver Nuggets, 47.5 games. I think 47 games is perfect where Denver is. I see the Nuggets going around, floating from a 5th to a 6th seed. Maybe 7th. 6 seeds where I'm going to put them at. But they got a very nice stacked team. Do not sleep on the Nuggets this year's guy. Who they add? Oh yeah, they added Isaiah Thomas to that team. And you got Michael Porter Jr. Probably going to sit out the season. That team is looking very nice and scary this year. Very, very a lot of depth going on in that team. Detroit Pistons. The article here says 37.5 games. I'm going to say over. I'm going to give Detroit around 39 to 41 wins. That'll give them enough to slide into either the 8th seed or the 7th seed for the Eastern Conference. I think that team has just too much talent of Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin. Expect them to maybe part ways with Reggie Jackson if they start to struggle. If not, they'll keep him. But besides that, Detroit is just going to be the whatever team. Golden State, 62.5 games. For the past season and the other one, Golden State's been dipping on their win percentages from the regular season. Remember when they won 70? They won 73 games, and then the following season, they got around 67 with KD on that team. And then last year, I believe they won 58 games. I expect them to bounce back to be in the 60 win range, 62. Yeah, I would stay there for Golden State. I expect them to be the 1 seed. Houston Rockets, they got them at 54.5 wins. No, that's crazy. They won, like 66 games or 65 games last season? They're not going to lose 11 more games just because of Trevor Ariza and Labamute out. No. I see Houston as the 2nd seed. I expect them to be around 61 wins. Indiana Pacers, 47.5 wins. I could see that. I see the Pacers as a high 40-win team. I expect them to be probably around like a 5th, 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. 47 wins would probably do it. Los Angeles Clippers, 35.5 wins. I think the Clippers probably be a 33-win team, but 35.5, that's fine. I don't expect them to make the playoffs. They'll probably be like a 12, 13 seed, with probably 30 wins. The Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, this is an interesting one. With LeBron on the team, I actually expect the Lakers to be around 46 to 48 wins. So I've put the lower on LA, but I expect them to be a 4th or 5th seed in the Western Conference. Memphis Grizzlies, I see they have them at 34.5 win share. No, that's really generous. No, Memphis would probably be around the 20 win, like around the 20s. Expect Marc Gasol and Mike Conley definitely be on the trade rumors. I think they need to blow up that franchise. Just get new guys coming in, and then get Chandler Parsons out there and out of their contracts is whatever. Miami 41.5 wins. I think that's a pretty good spot. I see Miami winning around 40 to 43 wins for the franchise. They're a team that could definitely sneak into the playoffs. Not really sneak in because they made last season, but depending on Dwayne Wade if he comes back. And then Hassan Whiteside, the rumors. I see Miami around the 7th, 8th seed. Milwaukee, 46.5 wins. I really hope Giannis takes it up another level with this team and how they do without Jason Kidd as their coach. Mike Budenholzer coming in to implement actually an offense for this team, which this team really needs an offense system flowing around, and losing Jabari Parker. I see Milwaukee around a fifth, sixth seed in the Eastern Conference, so 46 wins will do it. Um, I would have to put the lower on that. I think there would probably be a 44-45 win, but that's just one or two games. It doesn't really matter. The Minnesota Timberwolves, I'm actually going to put the under. I think Minnesota will probably win 40 to 42 wins this year. Jimmy Butler's definitely been in the rumors. Not complaining, but he's just, he wants to get in the young guy's head of Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, and they don't seem like they're there. They're motivated. So that could leave an early exit for Jimmy Butler if this team isn't going well throughout the season. Plus, it's a stacked Western Conference, so I don't know if that team's there mentally. And plus, watch out for Tibbs. He may be gone. The New Orleans Pelicans, 45.5 wins. I think that's a really good spot for New Orleans, 45 wins. A team definitely fighting to get into the playoffs in the Western Conference, to get into either as a 7th or 8th seed. I think they'll squeeze in just from Anthony Davis, his greatness. He's going to be an MVP contender. So, yeah, I'll leave New Orleans there. The New York Knicks, 29.5 wins. No. This team dramatically improved throughout the season, and you'll see it. Last season, they were actually really great without Melo, the beginning of the year. But Porzingis got hurt, and then there's just a bunch of dealing going on with that team with injuries. But then you got Kevin Knox coming in as a great small forward, and the improvement of Porzingis going on to another level. New York, I think they can make the playoffs. They're going to fight for the 8th seed. They're going to be around the 8th to the 10th seed, which I expect. I see New York as a high 30 win team. I think they'll get around 39 to 41 wins. So that could squeeze them into a playoff seeding, depending, because it is the Eastern Conference. The OKC Thunder, 50 wins. No. I expect OKC to be a 3 or a 4th seed, definitely a 3rd seed, which will probably result into a 55 win team at least. So I see the Thunder around 55 to 57 wins, especially with Carmelo leaving the team and adding on backup point guard. What's the cat's name from Atlanta? Dennis Schroeder, a.k.a. Reggie Jackson 2.0. The Orlando Magic, 31.5 wins. No, under. That team is just a mess. Franchise. There's no building blocks except for Aaron Gordon. But Aaron Gordon, he's not that type of player. I expect Orlando to win around 25 wins. Won't even snip the playoffs. Philadelphia 76ers, 54.5 wins. This is a good spot because last season, I believe they won 52 wins. And this team, was just building off Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. 54 wins. That's fair. I see him as a 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference, and 54 wins will do it. So I'll keep him there. Phoenix Suns, 28.5 wins. Adding DeAndre Ayton to that squad, then Trevor Ariza will give him wins. 28 wins for the Suns. I would say, yeah, that's fine. I'll leave them there. I'm not going to go under or over. I think that's actually a perfect spot. But it's the Western Conference. What are you going to do with that roster? Nothing. Which is unfortunate. Portland Trailblazers, 41.5 wins. I actually agree with this a lot. I think Portland's going to be fighting for 8th or 7th seed. Even though you still have Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum. But I think the Western Conference is too tough with the teams rising as the Utah Jazz and the Lakers. Portland, I don't know. They may blow up that franchise soon. Just keep an eye on that. Sacramento Kings, 25.5 wins. I think that's fair. I think they'll be in the low 20s or to the mid 20s. Sacramento's still, they're a fun team to watch. They're young. I like what they're doing in Sacramento. Spurs, 43.5 wins. We'll think about it. Last season, they made the 7th seed without Kawhi the whole season. Now you're adding in DeMar DeRozan, an all-star. I think the Spurs are going to be around a 46 to a 48 win team. I expect them to be around a 6th seed in the Western Conference. Could push for a 5th seed. So yeah, the over on that. Toronto Raptors, 54.5 wins. No way they're dropping like 7 games because they lost DeMar. When you add Kawhi Leonard, I think Toronto would be either a 1st seed or 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. And they're definitely going to be in the 60 wins. I could see them as a 61, 62 win team. in the Eastern Conference. Maybe around 64. I may be pushing it, but that team is pretty stacked. I like what they're doing there. If everything goes right with the players. Utah Jazz, 48.5 wins. I actually expect the Jazz to be around 51 or 52 wins. So I have to go over on that. I see the Jazz as a fifth seed. It could go fourth. I actually saw an article where ESPN ranked them as a second seed. So that's pretty crazy. But they got a nice squad. I like Donovan Mitchell. That brother's gonna be a nice guy. He's a cool cat. Future MVP for sure. And then Washington Wizards, 44.5 wins. I think that's perfect for them. Adding Dwight Howard and Jeff Green, and then who else they got? Austin Rivers. That team's gonna be nice. Wizards gonna be around a fourth, fifth seed, but they're gonna be a good team. So overall, pretty much agree with this. And there's just some ones that I'm not really into. Like Chicago, I think that's kind of disrespecting that team. What was the other team I was looking at? Yeah, New York, OKC, and then Toronto. There's probably like one or two more teams I was forgetting about, but oh yeah, Boston. Uh, yeah, but it's gonna be a crazy NBA season. See how it goes. I'll probably make a video with my playoff predictions and the seedings, but I mean, pretty much from this video, you kind of get a gist of what I'm thinking of for this teams. Yeah, man, just get over that. All right, peace.